Good morning. Good morning. It is a cool Tallahassee today. It was actually in the 20s overnight, so it was really chilly. So I've had the heat on all the time, and that's unusual for me because I don't like it really, really cold. So here we are. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you so much on this holiday week. And we are going to do January horoscopes. And then I also wanted you to have a brief overview of January. I also would appreciate it if you would start a watch party, which would then allow more people to see what we're doing. So if you start a watch party on your page, that would be really, really great. So I've got Wendy and Marie. Yes. Okay. Wendy Watkins and Marie. Yes, it's cold here in Tallahassee for sure. All of my plants are covered, and I've been letting them kind of do their own thing, but not this time. Good morning, Ange. Okay, so I have Marie, Wendy, and Angie, and if any of you or all of you would, I would greatly appreciate it if you would kindly do a watch party, which then expands the reach of what I'm doing, and I really would appreciate it. Hey, Rose. So let's just, I wanted to first read to you. Oh, see, yes, it's now, I think, reached 50 here, so it's gotten a little bit better. Yes, Rose, I'm so glad you're here. This morning's daily word was very inspirational, and I really liked it, especially for the message, because I've been talking about taking the best of 2020 into 2021. Not saying, oh my God, it's so awful, what 2021 could be just the same. And we don't want to have that a repeat. The whole point is making it better, making it improve. And this meditation today and this inspirational message was, I take the best and leave the rest. So my experiences of this past year have brought me gifts of insight, new perspectives, many chances to grow and stretch myself, and perhaps the opportunity to develop a skill that serves me in my work or brings greater enjoyment in my leisure time. Some experiences have been painful or difficult. These too have offered their gifts. I accept all that has come my way. With gratitude, I bless it all. I find the gifts and release what no longer serves my growth. Assured that God is my dependable source, I release any pain of a financial setback. In the joy of restored health, I release any memory of illness. Grateful for all modes of connection, I release any pain of loneliness. I move forward feeling lighter, cleansed, and renewed for my journey forward. And then it always gives a biblical reference, and this is Isaiah, which is, do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. And we're going to have some opportunity this month to practice that. So that's what I really wanted to just kind of go over today before we went into horoscopes. So because January it can be a powerful, explosive month because Aquarius and Taurus are a 90 degree angle to each other. That means they square each other. So in doing that with Uranus and Taurus, and then now the planets moving into Aquarius, that's going to create some tension, but it's not bad. And this is what I want you to understand. The beauty of it is it gives us energy. It gives us focus. It gives us clarity to see where we really have to go, to actually give us the courage to move forward and do it. Especially after this year where we felt that many of the doors that were formerly open to us have closed. Now they haven't. They've opened. They're here. Hey, Deanna. I'm so glad you're here. Deborah, too. Thank you. So I wanted to just talk to you. Now, today, of course, the sun's in Capricorn, the moon's in Gemini. We have a full moon in Cancer on Tuesday, Wednesday, the 30th, 29th, 30th, depending upon where you are. So it's really an interesting time. And when the sun and your Uranus are in good aspect like they are today, it gives us a greater perspective on our financial plans. But on the first, and let me just go over some of these things really quickly, because it is a big deal with Aquarius. It is a big deal with what's happening. And again, anyone that's starting a watch party, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, so that we can expand this network that we have here, and I love it. We started with the Saturn and Jupiter moving into Aquarius, but January 1st, Venus is conjunct, meaning it meets the South Node. The South Node is our past, what happens in the past. So here I am saying about, okay, it's time to release it. The energy is there for that purpose. With with Venus conjunct the South Node, it is the opportunity to bring up those things from the past, keeping it all those things that have brought us joy and made us expansive and brought us more. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. So here we have the energy to do this. You are going to be bringing up memories. There are going to be things from the past coming into your awareness. It's not a bad thing. That means, okay, let's do this. Let's figure this out. And I'm going to hold on tight and make more expansive those things that really worked well this year. And those that pretty much sucked, I'm just going to let them go. You know, let the drain suck them down if they suck. I mean, let's let them just move out of there. So again, January 1st, New Year's Day, the energy is supported to hold on to what you want and release the rest, which is, I take the best and leave the rest. And I love that sentence. So on the 5th, Mercury is conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. And with that, we're really focused, we're sharper, and we're really moving forward with our plans. January 1st, pardon me, I have that. Okay, here we go. January 1st, we don't do resolutions anymore, at least I don't. I do intentions, how I see it, whether it's a manifested board, vision board, whatever you want to call it. I want to see that abundant 2021, and that's setting those intentions. So on the 5th, with Mercury conjunct Pluto, that even allows you to move forward if you haven't already set your intentions to do it. And it also says, okay, this is what I want, let's get it done. On January 7th, Mars enters Taurus. Mars has been in Aries, its home sign, for 6 months. Now, Mars in its home sign of Aries is really great. It's energetic, it's moving forward. It can also be explosive. It can also make changes, dramatic changes, especially when it aspects other planets, which it will be doing. So it moves into Taurus, and it really will feel the aspect later in the month when it does become conjunct at 6 degrees of Taurus with Uranus. That's a biggie. So Mercury enters Aquarius on January 9th. Venus enters Capricorn on January 9th. So we have a lot of changing of signs, but that's okay. It's time. That Capricorn heavy energy that we had in 2020 is like, okay, enough already. Let's get this over with. Let's move forward. The 10th through the 12th, Mercury then becomes conjunct with Saturn and Jupiter. All good aspects. Mercury, igniting the mind and making us more clear. January 13th, new moon in Capricorn at 23 degrees, which means it's right there with Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn. So the theme of this, then last year when this happened, this new moon happened, the theme was resilience. This year, the theme is renewal and rebirth. And Pluto, again, the underworld, it's time to raise it up and hold on to all those things that serve us and let all that other stuff stay behind. The 14th, Uranus goes direct. It's been retrograde for a few weeks now, and now it goes direct direct. And it also, at the same time, squares Jupiter. So on the 14th, Jupiter expands anything that it aspects to. So things can be blown out of proportion. So be careful with that. The 15th, the sun is conjunct Pluto. Empowerment. The sun brightens whatever it comes in contact with. Pluto is power. Pluto is one of the ruling planets of Scorpio. So it is expansive and empowering. And so that's the middle of the month. So that is really fantastic. January 18th, Jupiter squares Uranus. Again, expansive. So this, wherever that appears in your chart, it can expand it. It can expand it in a good way, or it can be in an explosive and critical mass type way. So the themes of Uranus are freedom, truth, and liberation. So wherever that appears in your chart, wherever Taurus appears in your chart, that's what's going to be affected, and that's important. January 20th, the sun enters Aquarius. Then it joins Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn that are already there. So we can call this officially, of course I keep saying officially with all the other aspects that are happening, the age of Aquarius, the dawn of Aquarius. We're really having this happen. And in February, Venus enters Aquarius, which then joins all of that. The 20th and the 21st, Mars meets Uranus in Taurus. Both explosive, expansive planets. If you notice the date, it's also Inauguration Day. So it's major change, major happenings, where we want to take action based on our values. At the higher vibration, we understand how that works. At the lower vibration, it can be an issue. So I'm setting the intention that we have a peaceful day that day. And the only explosive thing that happens is that we have the official, according to our government that we live in, change of president, and that goes smoothly. So that's how I'm seeing that. January 24th, the sun is conjunct Saturn. Again, nothing gets built without Saturn. Saturn is responsible, the work that happens there. January 29th, the sun is conjunct Jupiter. I mean, it's going to happen. As long as Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius, we've got the sun in Aquarius now, it's all happening. So this is a really cool aspect, because it's about bringing bigger than life dreams to life. Now think about that. Bringing bigger than life dreams to life. And guess what? January 31st, Mercury goes retrograde at 26 degrees of Aquarius. All of 2021, it will be in air signs. It has been in earth signs prior to that. Now it will be in air signs all through, and it hasn't been in air signs since 2015. So, okay, I wanted to give you a brief overview, and I know that seems a little bit longer than I expected. Yes, but it's, okay, Ruth did her watch party. She figured it out. I know it's on the share button, I believe. I did that before, so it's on the share button. Yay! I'm so glad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that immensely. I appreciate that immensely. Okay, I'm starting with Aries, unless I see some other signs that you are interested in first, and then I'll go ahead and get those written down and moving along. But for now, Aries, begin the year by wrapping up projects. Okay, let me make a little space for myself over here to do my writing. Okay. All right. Begin the year by wrapping up projects and getting them off of your plate. And enjoy some recognition for your accomplishments. You've been busy, Aries. You've really been busy. Mars has been in your sign for 6 months. It's like things have been coming at you from all different places, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I supposed to do this? How can I keep this going? You can. It works out perfectly. Mid-month may see a financial boost. So that is even better for you, because Mars will then have moved into Taurus by January 7th. Be careful with spending during the month. It's time to take a good look at it now that Mars has moved into Taurus. If you're single, look forward to meeting someone through a friend or work. If and your family life, single or committed in a relationship, should remain sunny. So your health is good as long as you take the necessary precautions to stay that way. I mean, let's face it, how many of us now, after being in some form of isolation, have a couple of pounds that we want to get rid of and do want to get healthier? Now's the time. Anyway, I mean, that's on my list as well. So to get out there and do things that will make me healthier. And because I feel better if I'm healthier. I mean, it just works that way. Okay, I'm moving on to Taurus. I haven't seen any other suggestions that you wanted your sun sign first. So, Taurus, your year begins with a bit more excitement than you bargained for. Travel or dealing with others abroad may take your attention. Now, it begins with a bit more excitement than you bargained for because Mars will move into Taurus January 7th. Uranus is also in your sign, which means you can't plan for everything. There's going to be surprises along the way. Uranus is really good at that. You know, you think you've got a plan and boom, some aspect to Uranus and it says, no, we're going to do it this way. Maybe you planned on doing it that way, but we're going to do it this way. There are twists, there are turns. You do reach your destination. It just happens in a different way. Okay, after this, I'm reading Sagittarius. So the last part of the month, the Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn have your reputation glowing. That's because they are all in Aquarius, and this is how it works. The full moon on January 28th means resolve a situation at home for your comfort. Resolve a situation at home for your comfort. Okay, let me go to Sagittarius. Here we go. Sagittarius. During the first week of the new year, you've one last burst of energy and luck to help yourself move into firmer financial footing. Always a good thing, Sag. Your luck holds. The 13th is ideal for any sort of interview or contract involving new earnings. This could be a renewal of something. Maybe you had to not. Andrea, yay! I'm so glad you're here. This could be some sort of new contract. It could also be you start back again with something because you've been on hiatus for whatever reason. After the 20th, your third house, which is communication, lights up. And that's a good time for purchasing anything involving communication. And definitely do it prior to the end of the month when Mercury goes retrograde. So the full moon on the 28th brings adventure and Jupiter brings luck. Well, Sagittarius, this looks really, really good for you this month. Wow. Congratulations. Okay, moving back up to Gemini because I hadn't seen any other signs yet. Okay, a source of heartache has reached a resolution and a chance for a new beginning. Venus adds tenderness and a possible financial boost. Notice that we're working on the money thing. That's that Uranus and Taurus, because Taurus rules the second house of the zodiac, which is about money. Uranus in your 12th house provides an awakening of releasing anger and moving into love and hope. That is a good one. You may feel the itch for travel or more education, and the Sun and Jupiter provide a new opportunity or a person just at the right moment. Okay, I've got Leo next, and then Scorpio for Andrea, and Virgo for Wendy. Okay. Here we go, Leo. I was waiting for you to do that, Angie, so that we could see what Leo's got going here. The new year begins with the Sun in your 6th house. You'll need to put up boundaries or delegate to achieve. Now, if you've been watching, you know that I've talked a lot about the theme being self-love this year and having that opportunity to take a look at ourselves, to really find those parts of us that we love, because we should love all of us. We've got to start somewhere. We've got to, with that, we can move forward and accomplish and do anything. Part of self-love is boundaries. part of self-love is not feeling that everything has to be on you to accomplish. That's why the boundaries and the delegate is so important. The 13th new moon gives you the energy to move forward with that. The sun in Aquarius switches the focus to partnerships because Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo. For singles, the potential for new relationships, it feels perhaps larger than life, especially with Jupiter there in your partnership sector. Uranus will shake up the status quo, and particularly at work, and that's because Uranus adds a Leo rising anyway, and Leo sun is in the 10th house of career. On the 30th, you may reconsider a relationship you thought over, and that's because Mercury then goes retrograde in Aquarius. That's not a bad thing either. And that's been happening all along, that we have found out who we are connected most closely with and who we are not during this past year. And that's all this is another reevaluation of that, Leo. Just that, some relationships that you thought were working in the past, but now under new conditions, new ways of living, and our changing and being who we are now, have now made it so we have to think these things over. Doesn't mean that we dissolve them completely. It just means that we now handle them in a different way. We now engage in a different way. That's what that means. Okay, Scorpio for Andrea. All right. The sun is in your 3rd house, and the 3rd house is communication. So communications go much more smoothly now. And that would also affect the things that you put out on Facebook. Because I know, Andrea, you've done a lot with your jewelry, your magnificent, beautiful jewelry, and you've done Facebook Lives and other things. So communication is going much more smoothly with all of that, along with your other business. You have your as your coaching business. So all of that's going well. The new moon on the 13th is good for a new project or learning or teaching. Yes. The 20th, the sun moves into Aquarius, and the emphasis then becomes on home and family. Real progress is made here. And, we've learned new ways to communicate, learned new ways to deal with family. So more progress. It's a good time to move even. It's a good time to make a move. Now, it doesn't have to be a physical move. It can be whatever kind of move. Even if it's home and family, it's also the 4th house, which is the home of you. So it could be even your own shifting of energy and awareness and expansion in a different way, or more of what you've already been doing. This is a good time to inject a little excitement or independence into your closest relationships. So that sounds good. And they are changing, that's for sure. Under all these conditions, they are definitely changing. Okay, Virgo for Wendy. Despite the winter weather, you are likely to be in a good mood. But Wendy, it's you. You are. Of course you are. Oh. Okay, good. All right, Andrea. All right. Marketing coaches, king and queen. Okay, good. The sun enters your 5th house, Virgo, and that's the fun house. I love the 5th house. This is the house ruled by Sagittarius. This is like romance and vacations and children and creativity. And I really like focusing on the creativity part. And social opportunities. All of these things are going to be activated. So when the sun moves into Aquarius, you can turn your attention to more serious matters at that point. And this could be caring for a person, an animal, or attention to your own health, your own project, or whatever that you're working on. Uranus entices you to explore new topics, education or travel. Now, it may not be that you can physically do those things because we still have some constraints because of COVID, but it could mean that you could be exploring and learning more about it. So that could really be good. Okay, I can feel, Andrea, that you are still on a glow with what the Scorpio horoscope is for January. I can still feel that. Wonderful. Makes me feel warm. I love it. Okay, let me go back. I haven't seen any others. I've done Gemini. Let's do Cancer. I don't think we did Cancer. The emphasis is on partnerships of all sorts. The partnership house is not just, it's any type of committed relationship. From the postal worker that comes to your house every day is a committed relationship. Let's face it, they've got it. So whatever committed relationships that partnership sector covers, including legal contracts and documents, and if you want to use the term enemies, those that are ending, those relationships and partnerships that are ending will be easier to put back together. Friendships are full of unexpected news or events. So this is really, this is right up your alley, Cancer. You know, putting your arms around those people, keeping them close to you in terms of love, but letting them do their thing. It works both ways. Some of your financial burdens may ease, and an investment delivers. Don't make quick decisions. There's more to unfold. So if you've received a windfall, take your time to figure out what you want to do with it. Family and friends are lighthearted. Remember to recharge in order to take care of those you love. Now, there's going to be a financial component in all of the horoscopes because of Uranus in Taurus. As I said, Taurus in the natural chart, where Aries is the first house, Taurus is the second house, and that is your personal finances and what you value and your possessions. So we're all going to have some sort of aspect to that this month, because Uranus is going to be in Taurus, will aspect the Aquarius planets at some point. So Libra, one way or another, everyone has been stuck at home or worrying about family. For you, there's been an extra dimension of responsibility around property or older relatives. And that means caring for them. That's going to ease. That's going to feel better. Your closest relationships are really stable now. Through all of 2020, you've held on and valued those people that are closest to you. Your love life for 2021 looks bright. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's a great time to plan a celebration for two. Good news for your kids, too. Mercury retrograde and loved ones come home to visit, if that's what you have been looking for. Okay. And I saw, Pam, that you just logged on, and the month of January is really good for Scorpio. If you scroll back up, Pam, to see Andrea Feinberg's comments, she did a recap of Scorpio, and you can see it there. And then if that's not clear enough, just message me on Facebook and we can talk. Okay, I've got Capricorn. Your year is off to an exciting start. Maybe not the one that you imagined, but it's going to be exciting. You have charm and you attract others. You listen to this, Marie? Let's go. The new moon and a time for fresh starts that won't get you bogged down. Let your happier side come out. Saturn and Jupiter in your sign could aid you in plans to increase your income. The end of the month aspects are a time of high passion and money luck. Okay, Marie, it sounds really good. Sounds really good for money. And as I said, everybody's going to have an aspect or some kind of comment about money because of all the aspects of the Aquarian planets to Uranus. For Aquarius, the first 3 weeks of January are relatively quiet. Any work that can be done in solitude, this is going to suit you best. Because if you are Aquarius, the Capricorn planets are going to be in your 12th house of quiet solitude meditation. A loved one may be away or unavailable, so pamper yourself. Enjoy yourself. Self-care is self-love. It all goes together. Whatever makes you feel good. The sun moves into your sign and your energy ramps up. January 24th, the sun moves near Saturn in your sign, and it could be stabilizing or it could be blocking something. So you have to make that determination based on your circumstances, how that's going to affect you. When the sun joins Jupiter, you begin to feel the joy and promise of 2021. Now, doesn't that feel good? Feel the joy and promise of 2021. And again, take the best and leave the rest. For Pisces, you're not ready to admit that the heart of winter is here. Continue celebrating. Yes, continue celebrating. The new moon on the 13th is the perfect time to get together with a friend. As the month progresses, you may get the urge to hibernate with the sun, Jupiter, and Saturn in your 12th house. The sun moves next to Jupiter on January 29th, and you may receive a message that you, okay, let me say this again. The sun moves next to Jupiter on January 29th, and you may receive a message that you want to keep private, yet it feels exciting. So you have exciting news coming, Pisces, but you're just kind of waiting for to see what happens. You don't want to share it just yet. Now, this is really an amazing month, and as I ran through the aspects earlier, there is a lot that's happening, a lot going on, and a lot that is going to be affecting us financially, and that's what is really something to look at now. And let me just, there we go. That's something to really look at now, because it's January. It's time to take a look at our own budgets, what we've got, and not in a limiting sense. How can we make them more expansive? What are we going to do that's really going to make us feel better now? How is that going to affect us? That's what's really, really important. That alone is really, really important. Okay, so let me do the cards, because I have Marie, Wendy Watkins, and Angie. All right. I'm excited about this. Let's see. And I don't think I left anybody out. Okay. So when Angie, when I read the new relationships larger than life, that can also apply to business expansion. It's not just the romance part, because of the sun in Aquarius with all those other planets, and it's called bigger than life because Jupiter is there, and Jupiter in Aquarius, whenever it aspects anything, which it will be doing, makes everything bigger than life. Okay, this is Marie. I'm hoping to keep this straight. Okay, this is Marie. Okay, Marie. And this is so interesting, Marie, because it goes along with your horoscope for today. Because this is the Princess of Pentacles. So this is all about planting the seeds for the next harvest. All right, and it's about abundance as she carries the coin and the chaff of wheat. It's planting those seeds of abundance. And as I recall, for you with your horoscope, it talked about that that things could be high passion and money luck. So this is the perfect one. So this is getting your year off to a good start with planting those seeds. I loved how you started doing your Facebook Lives and how you were creating new products just for the holidays and doing those different things. So maybe it's carrying that a little bit further. Whatever it happens to be, it's about being more expansive. And this is now planting the seeds. Those intentions, those ideas. It's really good. Okay. Wendy Watkins. All right. Here we go. Okay, Wendy, you're going to like this. This is the Nine of Cups. This is about all those cups being full because I've completed whatever it is that I'm supposed to have completed right now, and now I can move forward. I don't have to wait. I don't have to do anything. I can now move forward into something new. Now, another card also says something similar, but you see this person walking out into, and it's the Eight of Cups, walking out into this dark, cold space where you know you must move on, but it's scary as anything. This is saying it's time. This is saying, let me, and it cups this emotion, so this means feeling better about it and moving on to the next thing, because I've completed what I need to complete. This is finished now, and I'm happy with what I did. It's not a bad thing. I'm not being run out of this space. It is now time for me to be more expansive and move on. And that's exactly what this says. So this is perfect, perfect card. Catherine, I'm so glad you joined us. Better late than never is right. And see what I have on. This is my gift from Catherine. I love it. Okay, and Angie. My microphone was getting covered up. Okay, one more shuffle. And then Angie. My Leo sister. Now, of course, whenever we do the horoscopes, if you know your rising sign, then along with your sun sign, do listen to both. You are welcome, Wendy, because that sounds really, really good. I think it's like this, it's time. Just like you say, it's time. Okay, Angie. Okay. This is the Six of Swords. This is about being on that journey, and it's in our thoughts. And I know that there's been a lot going on, especially with your mom and the concern, and you know, her recent fall after having, you know, feeling so good and recovering from her surgery. So this is about being on a journey that's going to be okay. It's going to move slowly. And this, I love this card because, number one, total guide and support, because this child with this beautiful, beautiful face is Source. And this is the person that is helping along the way. You don't have to do it all yourself. It's about allowing people to help you and support you as you are now sending energy and also physical help to your mom who needs it now. So again, every journey begins with our thoughts. So it's holding that positive space no matter how dark the clouds seem to be covering the sun. Know that that sun is still there. It hasn't gone away. So, and as a Leo sun, I mean, that is the ruler of Leo. It is the sun. You can't help but shine. So just know that hold that space within the light. It is going to be okay, but how you perceive it is really, really it. Now, Wendy, you had the Nine of Cups, and I talked about the Eight of Cups, and it just happened to turn up. You know how that works. That's how the Eight of Cups looks. The Nine of Cups, let me hold that up, it was pretty short. This looks kind of dismal and bleak and scary. That's not the card that you got. You got the card that says, bam, let's do it. The energy is out there. It's positive. I know that I can get this done. It is great. Now keep in mind that all of these cards that we do really apply to everyone. Yes, each person, Marie, Wendy, and Angie, engaged first on the page, so they got their card. But this really is about how the energy of this time and our time together. So it does apply to everyone, and I am supposed to draw another card. Okay. All right, no shuffling? All right, a little shuffle. Sorry, I'm talking to myself because that's the message I'm getting. Okay. This is the card of the Three of Swords. This pertains to heartbreak, disappointment, And of course it's swords, so it's thoughts. It's the air sign. And now we are in a major air sign. Well, the sun's in Capricorn, but it will, we have all those planets in Aquarius. This is saying this is the stuff to leave behind. That's what I'm hearing now from this card. Again, take the best and leave the rest. Anything that has caused this level of heartbreak from 2020 is to be left in 2020. And as I mentioned, the aspects of January 1st with Venus in aspect to the South Node, which is about the past, is allowing that to come up. Bless it and let it go. And then concentrate on all those positive memories of 2020 that you want to bring into 2021. When I see you next, it will be next Sunday, and it will already be January. And that is unbelievable that this year is over, will be over, and we will definitely be all the way in 2021. Keep in mind that my half-price reading, that's a special, I had it for this month, and it's also going for next month, is the year ahead 2021, and instead of $97, it's $49. So that link is in the messages above. I still have the reading for the Jupiter-Saturn conjunct and winter solstice, because that energy just doesn't end that day. It would carry over. It has a major impact and effect on 2021. And that also is a special reading. Plus, it's got a number of things going to it. So keep in mind, this is really a big month. It's now time to plant those seeds. It's now time to envision, see it with clarity, what you want to grow. Oh, yes, thank you, Angie. And I did not put that link in. So if you would do it for me, please. I forgot to do that, Angie, and I don't know why, but I did. So we have our tarot flow, which includes the oils, an essential, and I love mine, and plus your packaging, Angie, this month was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really great. So besides a single card reading that you receive, Angie takes note of all the energy of each of the readings, of the people that are involved, and then develops this delicious essential oil blend that she sends to you. So she doesn't just give you the recipe for it, which she does on our special Tarot Flow page, if you are a member or a participant, but she also sends it to you. And that it is delicious, delicious essential oil blend. And it is such a great energy. Thank you, Ruth. Yes. And so we've been alternating a Thursday night and a Saturday morning. Now we had December 12th, 12/12, we had our last tarot flow. And it was really an exciting one. Really a lot of amazing energy there and insights. And our next one will be on Thursday, January 14th at 7 o'clock. And all you have to do is go to that link and sign up. And it is fantastic. I love every minute of that part. I love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Angie, for posting that. I appreciate that. Now, all of you stay warm. It's going to start warming up a little bit. I'm excited because, as the kids say, one more sleep, and then Tim and Teddy are here. Tim and Teddy are here, and I'm so excited. Teddy's never been to Tallahassee, so it'll be wonderful. And so when I FaceTime with them on Christmas Day, I kept saying, my house is cold, and it's cold up here, so dress warm. They're coming from Miami where, it goes to 60 and you're freezing. And I lived in Miami, and I was freezing at 60, but, 60 degrees. But now that I've adjusted to Tallahassee, my house is at 60 degrees. And I just wrap up in these beautiful Christmas presents that I have. So enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Yes, I can't wait for him to see the decorations. Oh, I'm so excited. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy every moment. This is what we have right here, this moment, to create and to make our life even better. So remember, please, to take only the best and leave the rest as you move into 2021. And remember, joy has your name on it. Have a great Sunday.